Okay, so now we're on to making the arms. This is the smaller monkey arm before the thumb is put on. This is the hand down here. And this is the bigger monkey with the two threads held together. So what I've done here is I've jumped ahead to row 6. If you need help from rows 1 through 4, then back it up to the body again, and you can work those rows 1 to 4. It's the same as the body. And then at row 4 you'll have 24 stitches. From there you do 1 single crochet in each one of those 24 stitches for 2 rows, and that's where I'm at here. I'm at the end of row 6. Now we're going to be making this part of the hand. So we're going to crochet 2 together 3 times and then put 1 single crochet in the last 18 stitches. And again, this is where you want to keep your stitches tight so you don't have gaps. There will be slight gaps, don't worry about that. Like right here you can see a little bit, you just work at it. And we're going to be putting a thumb on top of there too, so don't worry too much about that, but do try to keep them as tight as possible. So here we go, we're going to crochet 2 together 3 times. There's 1, 2, and 3, and now we're going to put 1 single crochet in the last 18 stitches of the row. So I'll carry on with the pattern. I'll meet you back here at the marker. Okay, we're all finished row 7, and now we have 21 stitches around. This is what it looks like. Row 8 is going to be crochet 2 together 3 times, and then 1 single crochet in the last 15 stitches. So again, keep your stitches as tight as possible. 2 together, that's once. 2 together, that's twice. And 2 together, there's 3 times. And now I'm going to put 1 single crochet in the last 15 stitches. So I'll carry on with the pattern, and I'll meet you back here at the marker. Okay, we're all finished row 8. And now we have 18 stitches around. Row 9 is going to be 1 single crochet in each one of those 18 stitches for 1 row. So I'll carry on with the pattern, and I'll meet you back here at the marker. Okay, all finished row 9. Row 10 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then crochet 2 together. Repeat that sequence all the way around until you land on your marker. So we'll do the first sequence here together. There's 1 single crochet in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and now we crochet 2 together. And now we're going to repeat that sequence. 1 in the next 4, and then 2 together. Okay, we just finished row 10, and now we have 15 stitches around. Row 11 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then crochet 2 together. Repeat that sequence all the way around until you land on your marker. So I'll continue on with the pattern. I'll meet you back here at the end of the row. Okay, I'll finish row 11, and now we have 12 stitches around. Row 12 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next 11 stitches, then we're going to switch color on the 12th stitch. So we're going to do that together. So I'm just going to put 1 single crochet in the next 11 stitches. Okay, so I'm at the end of row 12, and I'm just going to pull out my marker. That's the last stitch of that row, and this is where I'm going to change colors. So again, I'm going to bring up the loop, leave those 2 loops on your hook, hold the working yarn back there, bring in your color change, hold it back there as well, and change your colors. And that was the end of row 12. So beginning with row 13, we're going to slip stitch the first stitch, and now we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and we're increasing this row now up to 15 stitches. So 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in the 3rd stitch. And that ends that sequence. For the rest of the row, we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then 2 single crochets into the 4th stitch, and repeat that all the way around to the end of the row. So there we go, we just ended row 13, and now we have 15 stitches around. Rows 14 to 38 is going to be 1 single crochet in each one of those 15 stitches for 25 rows. what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one single crochet for one row, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to knot off those color changes, and I'm going to stuff the hand. Okay, so I'm going to break free from my old color. I'm going to knot off. I'm just going to pull that stitch out so I don't lose it. So I'll knot off these color changes. Now we can lightly stuff the hand. What I like to do is I like to get some stuffing up in this area here, where it naturally bows out. So you don't need to overstuff, we're just going to lightly stuff the hand. So that's about right there. So now we're going to continue on. We're going to put one single crochet in each one of those 15 stitches for 24 more rows. Remember to stop and stuff the arm every 5 rows or so. It just makes it easier for yourself. You don't have to use a stuffing stick at the end of the row. And don't stuff the last 5 rows of the arm. We leave that unstuffed because we're going to sew that to the body. Okay, so now we're making the thumb for the hand. So what I do, I made a magic circle with 7 stitches. I'm just trying to get that hole as small as possible. I make my starting tail a little longer because that's what I stuff the thumb with. You don't have to do that. You can stuff it with regular stuffing, but I just like it better stuffed with the yarn because when you're sewing it on, this yarn part stays inside the thumb and you don't have to fight with the stuffing. So just little tips along the way that our own little preferences, I guess. So you make a magic circle with 7 stitches, and then we're going to put one single crochet in each one of those 7 stitches for 2 rows. And I'll show you when you start going around in a small circle like this, the piece will start closing up towards you like that. You can see it's bowing up. Just make sure that you turn it right side. So I do this after I put 3 or 4 stitches in. Then I'll keep going around. I don't have to fight with it after. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It takes some practice to work in these little tiny circles. So there's one row with 7 stitches, and so you know you got it turned the right side when the starting tail is inside there. So the starting tail is inside that little mound of stitches. We'll just keep that out of the way and put one more row, one single crochet in each one of those 7 stitches. Then we're going to slip stitch and finish off. Okay, there, I'm done. My 2 rows. I'm going to slip stitch in the next stitch. Remember to leave a long tail for sewing. Now I can take that starting tail yarn and I'm just going to push it inside the thumb, and that will be my stuffing. So it's stuffed enough, so I'm just going to cut the remainder off. So there, my thumb is done, and it is stuffed, and you can see that stuffing just kind of sits in there real nice. Okay, so we're going to sew the thumbs on before we sew the arms onto the body. So just like when you're looking at 2 arms, you want to make sure you got the left and the right. So it's going to get sewn onto the body like so. And you want to make sure that those thumbs are looking even when you sew them on. So just put the thumb in place. Right about there. And when you put your stitch in, just go into the hand and then come back up and underneath the thumb and through the bottom edge of the thumb's first set of stitches there. Now go back down into the hand and then come up again and come up through the bottom edge of the thumb. So I'm going down, and then when I come back up, I'm going up through the bottom edge of the thumb. And we're just going to keep going around and around till the thumb is firmly in place. So the thumb is now securely in place, and I'm just going to finish off. I'm just going to bring my yarn tail around one of the stitches. And I'm going to go through that loop and pull it tight. So that's knotted off there. Now I'm going to bring this yarn tail out away from that area. And I'm just going to pull on it slightly and cut. So it springs back into the body, and now that yarn tail is hidden.